All right, so let's have some practice. What I want you to do is I'm going to give you some questions, and pause the video after you see the question, and then after you think you have the answer, unpause it and you can see the correct answer and the explanation. So you got to pause it after you get the answer. Pause it before you get the answer. After you get the answer, unpause it. So what is 5 plus negative 7? That's what I want you to figure out right now. Pause the video. Okay, now that you're finished, let's look at an explanation. So we have 5 plus negative 7. What's the first thing we need to think about? We need to think about, are we getting more positive, more negative, less positive, less negative? So we have here more negative. We start at 5 and we need to make it more negative by 7. So more negative is less positive. We know that that means that we need to move to the left. More negative, less positive means move to the left, starting at 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets us to 0. And then 6, 7 gets us to negative 2. So our answer is negative 2. I always try to get us, if we're going to go past 0, I try to figure out how much we go to 0, and then how much extra do we still have to go. So 5 take away 7, we have to go more negative. We have to go left 7 times. But when we go 5 times, that brought us to 0, meaning we have to go 2 more times for a total of 7. Okay, next question. Negative 2 plus negative 11. Pause the video. Unpause it after you think you know the answer. So here, again, we're starting with negative 2, and we have to think, are we getting more or less, positive or negative? This says more negative. So we start at negative 2, and we're going to go more negative, which again is less positive, which means we're going to the left. So negative 2 plus negative 11 means we're going to go to the left 11 spots from negative 2. So if we are going back to the left 11 spaces from negative 2, where are we going to end up? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See how long this is taking? If we can do a little bit of mental arithmetic, it's much easier. So we know that we're getting more negative, so we're going to the left from negative 2. Well, 2 and 11 is 13. We're going to be at negative 13. Okay. So the next one, question 3, negative 5 minus negative 7. The first thing we have to do is we have to think, if we're at negative 5, what are we doing? Are we getting more or less, positive or negative? So here this says we're getting less negative. Well, less negative is the same thing as more positive. It means we're moving to the right. So we're starting at negative 5. And we have to go 5 spots to get us to 0. And then 2 more spots to get us to positive 2. So negative 5 minus negative 7 is positive 2. Remember, the key here was figuring out which direction to go. All right, here's a multiplication one. So again, don't forget, you have to pause the video. 5 times negative 7. Unpause when you're ready. So 5 times negative 7 means we have 5 groups of negative 7, or negative 7 plus negative 7 plus negative 7 plus negative 7 plus negative 7 5 times. And if we do that, we know we get negative 35. That's one way to approach this problem. If we want to just kind of memorize the rule, well, we know 5 times 7 is 35, but because the signs are different, we have a positive times a negative, we know the answer is negative. Therefore, the answer is negative 35. Here's question 5. Again, pause the video. It's negative 4 times negative 9. Unpause it when you're ready. Negative 4 groups of negative 9 doesn't make sense. So we have to think of it as taking out 4 groups of negative 9, which leaves 4 groups of positive 9. 4 times 9 is 36. This is another way of going about it. The signs are the same, negative times negative, so the answer is positive. So our answer is positive 36. Here's the next question. 21 divided by negative 3. Pause the video. 21 divided by 3 is 7. The signs are different, positive divided by a negative, so the answer is negative. Our answer is negative 7. Next question, negative 25 divided by 5. Pause the video. 25 divided by 5 is 5. The signs are different, negative divided by a positive, so the answer is negative. Our answer is negative 5. Next one, negative 50 divided by negative 10. Pause the video. 50 divided by 10 is 5. The signs are the same, negative divided by negative, so the answer is positive 5. Oh, look at this. We're back to subtraction. So we have to think of the number line again, not memorizing positives and negatives. So we have to think, oh, pause the video. All right, now you're ready. So we have to think, are we going more negative, less negative, more positive, less positive? So here we see the minus sign, so we're getting less of something, less negative 7. So we have to get less negative. Less negative means more positive, so we're moving to the right. How much? By 7. And that brings us to 10. So our answer is 10. Here's another one. Negative 5 minus 20. Pause it. Okay, so now we're thinking less negative, less positive, more positive. What is it? Well, subtraction means less. This is a positive 20, so we're getting less positive. Less positive is the same as more negative. That's moving to the left by 20. So we have to move 20 spaces to the left. So we're going to be all the way at negative 25. So our answer is negative 25. That's the end of the video. If you want more practice, there are many worksheets online that you can find. Just look up integer arithmetic practice worksheet. Find one yourself. Find one with answers. Then you can actually check to see if you got the right answer.